My name is Mason Carter, and today I watched my wife with another man in our bed. I was supposed to be out of town. A client meeting wrapped early, and I decided to surprise her. When I turned into the driveway around 3, a black Audi sat bold as a throne in the center, like it paid the mortgage. That should have warned me. Lila always told guests to park along the curb. I came in through the back door. The house was too quiet for a home with 2 kids and a wife who played music while cooking or cleaning. I figured they were out. Then I passed the stairs and heard it. Low moans, bed springs, a voice, hers. Soft, but unmistakable. I did not charge up the stairs. I did not shout. I pulled out my phone and hit record. When I reached the doorway, they still had not noticed me. I had a clear view of my wife's back arched like a drawn bow, fingers white on the headboard, like she had trained for this. That was the cut that went deepest. 18 years married, 2 daughters, Rowan 13, and Mira 11, and I had never seen her like that with me. She was wild, filthy, inventing words I did not know she had. Worst of all, she was happy. I stood there for long minutes, took photos, took video. Felt like I was watching a film about a man whose life split down the middle. I said nothing. I did not touch a lamp. I did not pull him off her. I turned around and left. I drove to the office on instinct because home was uninhabitable. Joe, my assistant of 15 years, looked up as I walked past. I locked my door and stared at the 2 baby photos I had taken from Lila's nightstand drawer. She used to keep 4 pictures there, a family portrait, our wedding photo, and 2 shots of the girls. Only the girls' pictures remained. The others were hidden in a drawer. Even in the middle of cheating, she had left those baby photos in plain sight. I could not decide what message she was sending. I called Kellen. He answered like the day was ordinary. "Mason, what can I do for you?" "I need help." That wiped the humor out of his tone. "What happened? I came home early. She was with someone else in our bed. I have video and photos. He was quiet." "You want a divorce?" "No. I want more. I want her to remember this forever." Kellen exhaled. "I will put investigators on her. You will have to pretend life is normal for a while. Can you do that?" "I can." That night I went home. Lila was in the kitchen with a smile she saved for neighbors. "You are early." I said I would finish the day at the office. She kissed my cheek like the afternoon had been a nap. "Dinner will be ready soon, nothing fancy. I am not hungry." I started upstairs. The girls tackled me halfway, laughing and yelling "Dad." For them, nothing had changed. I held them longer than usual. Upstairs, the bed was made, and the sheets were fresh. The scene was scrubbed, but the missing photos were still missing. She caught me looking at the empty space on the nightstand. I broke the frames while dusting, took them to get fixed. I nodded and changed. Dinner was quiet. Usually the table is chaos. That night, even the girls felt the tension. Lila kept stealing looks at me. She sensed something off but did not know what. After the girls went to bed, I poured whiskey in my office and held still. She called it the man cave and said it was embarrassing. It was the only room that still felt like mine. I used every ounce of control not to blow my cover. The next days I played my role. I went to work. I ate what she cooked. I hugged the kids. I slept beside her. She got clingy. "I love you" floated around the house 20 times a day. It was not guilt, it was fear. Joe kept glancing at those baby photos on my desk like they were haunted. One afternoon she knocked and sat without asking. "You good, Mason?" I said I was. She stood, hesitated. "If you need to talk," I ignored it. But I saw her eyes stick to those pictures again. Kellen called me in. His face said the joke died. We have everything. Surveillance, audio, photos, texts. She is not just cheating now. She has been cheating since before you got married. My head went light. What? Her boyfriend is Colton Reyes. They were together in high school. He has bragged about sleeping with her the morning of your wedding. Said you would get sloppy seconds. I stood too fast and the room tilted. Breathe, Kellen said, pressing a towel to my head. What else? You will hate this. Try me. Your daughters. There's a good chance they are not yours. That landed harder than a punch. We cannot prove it without tests, he said, but we have footage of all 4 of them. Lila, Colton, and the girls at a park. The kids called him Dad. They kissed him and played catch. The world went quiet around me. Do they know? He nodded. They know. What do we do now? You want out. We go for annulment based on fraud. 18 years does not matter. You learned the truth now. You have 4 years to file. But if we do this, you give up rights. No support. No alimony. No visitation. Legally, it will be like the girls never existed. I blinked. They are still my daughters. Legally, maybe. Emotionally, that is on you. I did not sleep. I left before dawn and drove to see Rook, real name Avery Cole, head of IT at the firm. Ex-Navy, built like a tackle box with shoulders, warm as sandpaper but loyal. Her partner Dana was the only person I had seen make her laugh. I told them everything. Rook did not flinch. Dana hugged me and said you were staying with us. I did not argue. I told them about the affair, the girls, Joe, and the nonsense Lila sold her cousin about needing an alpha to make the kids and a beta to raise them. Dana shook her head. That is not strategy. That is delusion. Rook said you are the better parent, but you do not have to carry this alone. I tried to laugh and coughed instead. She destroyed everything and still says she loves me. Rook raised a brow. Do you believe her? I think she believes it. What do you believe? I looked at my hands. I believe she used me. The next morning, Lila appeared at my office. Security let her through. I had not filed the restraining order. She barged in wearing heels and a billboard face. Hi, Mason. I kept silent. Why are you not answering? She looked at the baby photos and went still. You were there. I nodded. It is not what you think. You slept with him in our bed. What else would I think? It was a mistake. How long? A couple months. Do not lie to me. Fine. A few years on and off. It never meant anything. That is worse. Come on, you know I love you. Always have. Colton is different. I do not know how to explain it. You do not have to. I know everything. Her smile twitched. Joe. I did not answer. So now what? You going to wreck our lives over one mistake? I stood and leaned over the desk. This was not a mistake. You lied for almost 2 decades. You made me raise kids that are not mine and act like it is a small thing. Watch your tone. Or what? You are the one cheating. She stood. If you blow this up, you lose them and everything. They were never mine. She blinked. That one hit. You know what is sad. I was a good father. I would have died for them. Maybe that is the problem, she snapped. You were so busy being good that you forgot to be a man. She grabbed her purse. You think this ends with you winning. You are not ready for war. I am. Then she left. I called Kellen. File it. You sure? Do it. Annul the marriage and serve her. Lila did not go quietly. She returned like a storm, slammed my door, and started wrecking the office. You smug coward. You think court makes you noble? A pen cup sailed past. A binder thudded against the wall. A glass award shattered. You hired spies. You stalked me like a criminal. She rushed around the desk and got in my face. I gave you the best years of my life, and you repay me with humiliation. She slapped me hard, then again. Security came in as she snatched a letter opener and threw it into the wall so hard it hummed. Do not touch me, she shrieked. You have no idea who I am. They restrained her, as she screamed that I was nothing, and the girls would never pick me. She spit on the floor. They hauled her out. Kellen called 15 minutes later, trying not to laugh. She show up. Yes. She slap you twice and throw half the office. Yes. He went flat. Permanent order. She handed it to us. The hearing was set for 60 days, and Kellen made sure the date reached the press. Lila tried every tactic. She called, texted sweet, and then poisonous. You love me. We can fix this. Then you will never see the girls again. She took Rowan and Mira out of state after service. No warning. That is when I stopped hoping for peace. One night I stepped into a neighborhood bar for quiet. When I came out, Lila waited beside a black SUV. She pointed to the back seat. Rowan and Mira pressed their faces to the glass. Colton gripped the wheel. They still love you, she said. But if you go through with this, you will never see them. You are using our daughters as hostages. I am protecting my family. They are not pawns. They are mine, she said softly. Not yours. Not really. You think this ends well for you. If you loved them, you would drop this. We could figure it out. You, me, and Colton. You want me to accept the man you cheated with for half our marriage. Not custody, she said with a shrug. Just accept him. Go to hell. She left. It was not over. On a dark street, the same SUV cut me off, tires screaming. Colton stepped out before it stopped. I got out slowly. What is this? She told you how this works? You said no. She's trying to protect what is left. You are dragging us through the mud. She's using the girls as leverage. He pointed at me. You keep saying that, but you are the one making this a war. You want to be a father. Stop acting like a rival. I moved closer. I am not going to pretend nothing happened, and I will not let her rewrite history. He looked away and tried to settle himself. She does not want chaos. Neither do the girls. She wants control, and she thinks you will scare me. You will not. She wants peace. You are in the way. Peace built on lies is surrender. He leaned in. If you push this, you will be painted unstable and vindictive. She is already talking to people. She will do whatever it takes. She sent you to say that. Think about the girls. Do not pretend you care like I do. They are not trophies, and you are not their father. His hands twitched, and I wanted him to swing. Red and blue lights turned the corner. Everything okay? The officer called. Colton stepped back. I did not blink. All good. The car rolled on. Colton left. I stood there to make sure he knew the next time might not be interrupted. Back at Rook and Dana's, I told them about the SUV and the threats. Dana looked like she might cry. Rook looked like iron. She is a narcissist, Rook said. She thinks love is leverage. She is winning, I muttered. Every time I move forward, she drags me down. She is not winning, Rook said. You are sober. You are thinking. She weaponized the kids. Do not let her. Dana said, do not let her break you. I wanted to believe them. A week later, Grant showed up at my office. Lila had sent him. He is married to Lila's sister Sierra, the quiet brother-in-law who stayed after her affair blew up years ago. He looked like a man carrying a message he hated. I poured a drink. He said no and sat like he was facing a cliff. You are here to convince me to forgive her. Save your breath. I am not you. I cannot do it. I am staying with her, he said. Not because I forgive her, but because I still love her, and I am too old to start over. Your choice. What are you going to do? I am burning it down. He did not argue. The annulment trial fed the media. 18 years of marriage, fraud, private investigators, recordings, DNA. Kellen played it like a score. Lila tried victimhood. I was confused. Mason was distant. Colton and I were a mistake. She could not explain the texts, The plans, the recordings, the DNA confirmed it. Rowan and Mira were not mine. The air froze when the results were read. Lila did not cry. Colton did not show. Kellen leaned toward me. You won. It did not feel like a win. A month later, an unknown number buzzed my phone. Then a text. Dad, it is me. Do not tell Mom. Sheridan-style content replaced with Rowan now. I froze. Rowan. I called. Her whisper came through. It is me, and Mira is here. Where are you? In my room, door locked. She's on speaker. Mira's small voice said, Hi, Daddy. My chest tightened. You okay? No. Mom said you left because you were mad, but I know it is about Colton and the truth. Mom told us not to say anything. She said you would leave forever if we did. She said you would hate us. You did not ruin anything, I said. None of this is your fault. You are still my dad, Rowan said. I do not care what a test says. You raised us. Me too, Mira said, voice cracking. Can we see you at the library after Mom drops us off? I breathed out. Yes. Rowan said, I am sorry we did not say something sooner. We love you. I said I love you always. I saw them before they saw me. Rowan in her gray hoodie, Mira with her head down. Mira ran and grabbed me around the waist. I missed you, Daddy. I missed you too. Rowan sat on a bench and pushed up her sleeve, finger-shaped bruises. Who did that? Colton. What happened? I would not eat the broccoli. He grabbed me and said I was being a brat. My breath turned hot. Mom told me to cover it. She said, not to make it worse. I am going to fix this. Do not let her talk you out of it this time, Rowan said. She will not. I dropped the photo on the counter at the police station. The desk officer chewed a pen cap. You filing a report? Yes, look at the photo. He glanced, then again. That is a bruise. Who is the kid? My daughter, Rowan Carter. You the father. Not biologically, but I raised her from birth. He stopped typing. So legally. I lost custody in the annulment. She lives with her mother. The man living there did that. Her stepfather. Their biological father. He slid me a clipboard. Write it all down. Names, dates, details. We will look into it. He is still in that house with my daughters. I hear you. We have a process. Fill it out. I carved the paper with a pen. Done. I shoved the board back. Heading home, he asked. No. Not yet. I wanted to talk to Colton. I waited outside in the dark until he came out in a t-shirt and slippers with a trash bag. I walked straight at him. You put your hands on my daughter. He actually scoffed. We doing this now? We are done talking. I hit him square on the jaw. He crashed into the bins and scrambled up swinging. He missed. I buried one in his ribs. He tackled me, and we slammed onto the driveway. He shoved me back. I grabbed his collar and bounced his head off the hood. My knuckles split and my shirt tore, and I did not stop. You think you can hit my kid and stroll away? You are not even their dad, he yelled. I am more of a father than you will ever be. Red and blue cut the night again. Hands where we can see them. I backed off and raised mine. Everything okay here? Not even close. At the station, they gave me an ice pack and forms. My knuckles were swollen. The charge was misdemeanor battery. A court date would come in the mail. Likely a fine, service, maybe a class. No jail unless I made it worse. A cop flipped through my report. You are lucky. Lucky. Neighbor called it in before it got worse. That man hit a kid, I said. We're looking into that. Do not take too long. Weeks later, we were back in court. I sat straight in a clean suit. Rowan and Mira were behind me between Rook and Dana and my lawyer. Lila sat across in a tight dress with tighter lips. Colton was absent because of an open criminal case. The judge read slowly. Ms. Reyes Holt, you knowingly allowed your live-in partner to strike your daughter. You concealed the injury, discouraged your child from speaking up, and failed to report. That is neglect. Lila stood. I did not hit them. You allowed it, and did nothing to stop it. He turned to me. Mr. Carter, despite not being the biological father, you have shown long-term parental responsibility, emotional and financial support, and immediate action when you learned of harm. This court grants full legal and physical custody of Rowan and Mira to Mr. Carter. Ms. Holt will have supervised visitation to be reviewed after 6 months. Lila gasped. You cannot do that. They are not property, the judge said. They are children, and their safety comes first. Her chair tipped backward. He does not even share their blood. Ms. Holt, she pointed and shrieked. You are letting him destroy my life. 2 officers approached. Ma'am, step outside. Do not touch me. She elbowed one and bit the other. They pinned her, kicking and yelling as they hauled her out. You are all liars. You will regret this. Her voice echoed down the hall and vanished. Rowan stepped forward, then ran into me and held on. Mira wrapped my side and did not look back. I held them. No speech. They were safe. I was not letting go.